Hi and welcome back. Today I'm looking at a clock that I purchased in Elmont, Ontario this summer. I paid about $120 for it. It looked very nice when I saw it in the shop. So actually, to be honest, my wife spotted it. So we took a look at it and I thought it would be a nice addition to the collection. We looked at it not too closely, but we looked at it and determined it was a Waterbury. And one of the things that I noticed right away is the open escapement. Right here, okay? Open escapement, and which is a nice feature to see on a Waterbury clock. You don't often see them on antique clocks, but having an open and visible escapement is certainly has interest when you look at a clock. Okay, so I knew it was a Waterbury because I looked in the back and it's very clearly stamped on the movement. I didn't know what model it was. I took it back home and took a few photos, posted a photo or two on a clock forum site, and was told by someone that it was the model name was Suffolk. So that's fine. And I thanked the person for the information, and they said, well, even more, the clock was offered in the catalog, the Waterbury catalog in 1907. So I knew it was over 100 years old anyway, but I didn't know there was as old as 118 or 19 years old. The person who gave me the information also pointed out that the clock was missing some case parts. Actually, 2 case parts. I thought the clock was complete. I was a little wondering about this blank area down here, and I wrote it up because it didn't look like anything was in those 2 spots. However, that same person directed me to a catalog image showing 2 blocks underneath, one here and one here. Now, the case is made of mahogany, and I don't have any mahogany scrap wood lying around. However, I do have some pieces of an old piano right here. An old piano. And so I started experimenting and cut a piece off, actually 2 pieces, and began experimenting to determine whether the wood matched the mahogany on this clock. Now I'll go back a step first. Before I cut up the pieces of wood, I decided, what do I do about the finish of this clock? I had already cleaned it with Murphy's soap, gave it a good thorough cleaning, took all the dirt and dust and grime off. And I wondered, well, what do I do? Well, I could have used a wipe-on poly, which is a polymer mix, coating, but that didn't seem right because I don't think they would have had polymer coatings back in 1907. I also considered a spray lacquer. Now, the case may have been lacquered at the time, or some other finish might have been on the clock at the time. But again, this is a modern finish. It would be a clear finish, but a modern finish. But so at the end of the day, I decided, well, you know what? Let's just go with traditional paste wax, okay? So Minwax paste wax, a finishing wax, and it will give a slight amber tone to the clock, but I think in terms of preserving the finish, paste wax I thought was the best way to go at this point. Anyway, back to these little pieces. So I cut up 2 rough mahogany pieces just to see if the if the pieces would match the rest of the finish. So I could turn them two sides here, but let me see which is, let's see, no, okay. So maybe this one here, possibly, and possibly. So with the addition of those two pieces, do I now have the trim that's going to match the rest of the case? I don't know. It may look different on camera. To my eyes, it looks pretty close. It's definitely mahogany, the pieces, but not all mahogany is the same. You'll notice down here that this is quite light down here, whereas this is dark here. So by having dark pieces here, is that going to add something to the clock or take away from it? I don't know. If I reverse this, does that make a difference? I don't know. If I put a little wax on that little piece, will that also make a difference? I don't know. So what we'll do is we'll take a cloth, take this little piece right here, put some wax on it. Right here. Does that now make a difference? Is that too much? How does it compare with this side here? Okay, so that's the first challenge. The next challenge is the original pieces had a cutout right through here. It wasn't raised, but it was a cutout. Now the option I could take is to have some kind of a raised piece. May not be according to the original, but at least it would present a little better than it does now. So that's an option that I have. So the next step that I'm going to take is either make, first of all, these don't fit, so I've got to make pieces that fit. Next, I'll probably cut down one of these in half and have some kind of a raised section in the front. Again, it's not according to the original design. The original design was a cutout through here, but I'm going to use a little poetic license and design something that I think would look just as good. It would only be noticeable by somebody who knows the Suffolk model and can say, well, that's not correct. Those pieces aren't correct. So that's my next challenge, is to number one, decide whether I want to put these pieces in. Number two, decide whether I want to put a smaller raised piece on top of each one of these, or find a way of cutting out a rectangle into each of those blocks. So that's the clock for now. Right now the brass has been polished. The clock has not been running. You can see the visible escapement there. It needs to be cleaned. And so once I address all the case details, and I'll look at servicing the movement. Anyway, thanks for joining me, and we'll see how this project goes.